whenever I go to Jakarta, I always book my hotel in this area. So I better book my train ticket in ticket application. So click that one. So I will just click Gambir, then you write Bandung. So Bandung BD. Say for example your train ride is April 22. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and for this video I'm gonna show to you how to travel to Indonesia, specifically in Jakarta. So for this video, I'll just focus on the transportation and accommodation. So when I say transportation, we will be talking about the air transportation and the land transportations. Under the land transportation, we have the car, the taxis, the grab bike, the motorbike, the buses, and the trains. And for the accommodation, I will be showing to you where I book my hotel bookings, and you need to download some applications on where to book your hotel accommodation. Okay guys, so Indonesia is a very huge country. It is like Philippines. It is an archipelago. When you say archipelago, it is a nation which comprises of many islands. So it has 3 time zones. So you have +7, +8, and +9. +9 in Papua. That is just the same with the time in Japan and South Korea. Then +8 in Denpasar, Bali, then Lombok, North Sulawesi, South Sulawesi. That is just the same time with us here in the Philippines, and +7 in Java and Sumatra, which has the same time with Vietnam, Cambodia, and Thailand. This video will just focus on how to travel to Jakarta, which is the capital city of Indonesia and the most populous city in Indonesia that is located in Java. So Java Island is considered as the most populous island in the world, and if you're Filipino and you're planning to go to Jakarta, so this video will be good for you, because I will be teaching you, because I will be showing you how to travel to Jakarta and how to book hotel within city of Jakarta. There are only 2 gate points if you want to travel to Indonesia from the Philippines. From Manila, you have 2 choices. You can either go to Jakarta or you go to Bali or Denpasar. There are 3 airlines operating from these 2 routes. For Jakarta, we have Cebu Pacific and Philippine Airlines, and for Denpasar or Bali, we have 3 airlines, namely Cebu Pacific, Philippine Airlines, and AirAsia. There was an AirAsia flight from Manila to Jakarta and vice versa before, but I think it was stopped for unknown reason, maybe because of the poor passengers or poor packs. They only retain the Manila-Bali route for AirAsia because many Filipinos prefer going to Bali than to Jakarta. We all know that Bali is one of the best islands in the world, right? If you want to go to Jakarta, you have 2 options. You can ride Cebu Pacific or you can ride Philippine Airlines. Cebu Pacific has a daily flight to Jakarta, and normally it is evening. The flight is just about almost 4 hours from Manila to Jakarta. For the Philippine Airlines, they have 2 flights. The first flight is a day flight, so daytime, and the second flight is the evening flight, the same with the Cebu Pacific. The time allotted for the Cebu Pacific going to Jakarta. So you have 2 options. I am not saying that the Philippine Airlines is more expensive than Cebu Pacific, because there are some instances that the Philippine Airlines is more cheaper compared to Cebu Pacific. But most of the time, Cebu Pacific has a lower price, especially if they are in promo fares. And when you ask me how about the price of the ticket, it is ranging from 4,000 to 5,000 only one way. So for the round trip, it is approximately 8,000 to 10,000 pesos. But if you are lucky and you can get promo fare like what I had before, so it is a promo fare and my round trip is just only 3,000 pesos. That is already round trip. For Philippine Airlines, I think it's in the range of 5,000 to 6,000 pesos. And of course, the services are different from the both airlines. Philippine Airlines is not a low-cost airline. In Philippine Airlines, you will be able to get your meal during the flight. In this route, you can have only one meal. So whenever I go to Jakarta, I always ride Cebu Pacific because it is more practical. But I also tried Philippine Airlines once. So that is a afternoon flight. So of course, the service is commendable. It is excellent. You have your free meal during the flight and it is very good. Before you book a flight, just check the two airlines if which has the best deal among the two. That is the first transportation, so you need to book a flight because the only way to get to Indonesia is by airplane. There's a boat from, I think, from Davao to Manado, but I think that is just for trading purposes. Manado and Bitung in North Sulawesi. And recently, Garuda Indonesia had launched their flight from Manado in North Sulawesi to Davao City. So I think that is also the other gate point if you want to travel from the Philippines to Indonesia, but that is just in Sulawesi area. So once you arrive in Indonesia, you only need passport because we are in Southeast Asia. Philippines is a member of ASEAN country around Southeast Asia, and you don't need visa to get into Indonesia, and you have 30 days to stay there. Based on the schedule of Cebu Pacific, the arrival is almost midnight, and I think it's not practical to go directly to the city. Actually, the airport is not in Jakarta area. It is in Banten. It is a province west of Jakarta. I think it is not practical to go to the city unless you have more money, then you can book some taxis or grabs going to the city proper. And it is still okay to go to the city proper at this time, like midnight, because there's a less traffic and it's easier to go to the city, and I think the travel time will be cut by 15 minutes as compared if you want to travel during daytime. Now, if you want to stay around the airport, you can book some hotels there because there are some cheap hotels or cheap hostel around the airport. And whenever I go to Jakarta, I book my hotel at Agoda. So this is agoda.com. So I will type here Soekarno, Jakarta. Soekarno, Jakarta. So you have here airport Soekarno Hatta, then click. And say for example you arrive July 1, then you just want to stay only one night because the next day you will go directly to the city. So you have here January 1 to January 2, that is one night. Then okay. So one room, so one adult, then okay. Then search. So you will be able to see here the prices. So they have here the digital airport. I stayed here before, and it is like a capsule hotel, and it is an excellent hotel. It is just for a short stay, so the price is $796 for one night, so it is not bad. But still you can find here some cheaper prices like this Oyo 737. If you want to really check the proximity of that hotel from the airport, you can go to the map. So this is the map. So you can zoom in, zoom out this map. Then this price represents the hotel. Then these are the hotels around the airport. So I think the you can find here 338. So that is a cheaper hotel. So you can click that. So that is Airy Echo Sharia Banda. But also try to see the reviews if it is good or not. But since you are just staying here for one night, so it is not really bad to stay here. So imagine that it's just 338. Your only problem is how to get here, so you can book a Grab. It is important to download this Grab and Gojek. So Gojek is basically for motorbikes. So this is more practical and more cheaper kind of transportation in Indonesia. And you also have here the Grab. This is for the motorbikes and the car. Say for example you have only hand carry bags like the backpacks, you can use Gojek. But if you have many bags, you need to use this Grab app. Example, you only have hand carry bags. I usually use Gojek or Grab, but I will try this Grab. I am in the Philippines, so there's no motorbike here. If you are in Indonesia, there's an icon for motorbike here, so you can use Grab bike from the airport to the hotel. So as long as you know the application, so again, you need to download Gojek and Grab. So the next day, of course, you want to go to the city proper and find your hotel. So if you stayed in the airport, like what I recommended earlier, the digital airport hotel, the capsule hotel, there are so many options on how to go to the city center from the airport. You can ride taxis, you can book Grab cars, you can have, I don't think if there's a Gojek, I never tried, and you can also ride buses from the airport to the city center. So most buses will travel from the airport to the Gambir station or to the South Jakarta. Usually, if I go to the city center, I ride the airport link. So when you want to ride an airport link, you need to ride SkyTrain to the airport station. So SkyTrain is just a train that connects every terminals in Soekarno-Hatta International Airport. So in Soekarno-Hatta International Airport, they have 3 terminals, Terminal 3, Terminal 2, and Terminal 1. And for the SkyTrain, they have 4 stations. Terminal 3 station, Terminal 2 station, Airport Link station, and the Terminal 1 station. In the station, you can purchase your tickets directly, but I think it's hard for some cards, especially for the cards in the Philippines. It's hard for me to use my card there in their ticketing outlet, and there's some options that you need to swipe your card in the customer's service area, and I never tried that before because I always book my airport link in the Kai Access. So I will show you, this is the Kai Access. So this is the Kai Access. You can download this in the Play Store. You just tap the application, then you will be directed to this interface. Then you need to find airport train. So this is the airport train, that one. So say for example you have only one way, so from Soekarno-Hatta to, okay, you need to stop at Sudirman Baru or BNI City, because this station is located at the city center of Jakarta. So you click this Sudirman Baru, then say for example the date is example 15, and search. By the way, you can book this train trip, I think 7 days before your trip. So no schedule. I cannot search any schedule here because of the current situation about COVID-19. So just follow the instructions after you try to search and try to select the schedule. So this is the application. So normally the fare is around 50,000 rupiah. Before it is 70,000 rupiah, but they lowered it to 50,000 rupiah. I think that's the best option if you want to go to the city proper from the airport. Riding an airport link is very comfortable. There are less passengers, and travel time is about 40 minutes from the airport to the city center. The destination of your airport link ride is at Sudirman Baru or the BNI city station, because that station is located at the city center of Jakarta. In that station, you can directly find an MRT station, MRT Duku Atas station, and Transjakarta station. So these are the transportations in the city. So they have Transjakarta. Transjakarta is really an efficient kind of transportation around Jakarta. So you just need to pay 5,000 Indonesian rupiah and you can travel around Jakarta, whatever location you want. Aside from Transjakarta, they also have the Metro bus. So this is an orange bus in Indonesia, and still the same, you just need to pay I think 5,000 to 7,000 rupiah depending on destination. They have also free buses that runs along Sudirman. So for the MRT, you can purchase this card at the station. So this is just a single trip. This is not intended for top up. And at the back, you can see there the stations for MRT Jakarta. So again, from BNI City, once you go outside BNI City, you will be able to see the Duku Atas station, Duku Atas MRT station. If you want to return this, you can get your deposit fee. But if not, say for example, you want this as your souvenir, you can have this as your own souvenir without getting your deposit fee. So aside from MRT, they also have KRL. KRL is a massive train transportation around Greater Jakarta. So they call it Jabodetabek. Jabodetabek stands for Jakarta, Depok, Bogor, Tangerang, and Bekasi. So you can go to those places using KRL, and this is the card for the KRL. This card has a deposit, but you can use this for top up. So there's a card that can be used in all kinds of transportation in Jakarta, like this one. This card was from my friend, and he let me lend his card for me to be able to tour around Jakarta and use this for my KRL ride, for my MRT ride, for my Transjakarta ride, and so on. And if you don't have that one, you can buy some cards in Indomart and Alfamart. So that card will be intended for all kinds of transportation in Jakarta. And lastly, for the hotel accommodations. For the hotel accommodations, you go first to Agoda. So try to search Jakarta. Type Jakarta. So we have 9,237 properties. Of course, we already had our accommodation at the airport on July 1. So we will start from July 2. Say for example, you have 3 nights. So to July 5. So click OK. Okay, 1 room, 1 adult. Okay. Then search. Okay, these are now the prices, and these are the hotels. So you have here the low-cost hotels and some other star hotels. But if you want to search it using the map, so you can have this one. So normally, okay, this is the BNI Station BNI City. That is the Station BNI City, and just a walking distance, you will be able to find this one, the Duku Atas MRT station. And this is the Sudirman Lama station for KRL. So the KRL will not stop at Station BNI City, but it will stop at Sudirman station, Sudirman Lama station. Okay. Whenever I go to Jakarta, I always book my hotel in this area. So this area is just near the Selamat Datang Monument, the Grand Indonesia, the Plaza Indonesia, the Tanah Abang. Then you have this Sudirman Road going to the, this is now the Simangi interchange. And of course the Gilora Bongkarno Sports Complex. So normally I book my hotel in here. So in here you can find cheaper hotels like 693 pesos. So this is in peso because I set this in PHP. So this location is just near Sudirman Station, the MRT station, and the Station BNI City. So if you want to go to the airport, you just walk if you stayed here. So they have also here 210, 320, and so on. Many hotels can be found here. Say for example, you want this 574, you click. So this is OU 1496 Wellery 07. So this is just 574, and the rating is very good, but the location is excellent, 8.9 inside city center. So if you want to visit Jakarta, I recommend you to stay here in this area. Now if you want to go to the other cities like Surabaya, Yogyakarta, and Bandung, you can ride airplanes, you can ride buses, but I think the most practical one is the trains. The train stations for the intercity trains are in Gambir, then this is Pasar Senen Station. So Pasar Senen Station, then we have also here Jatinegara. So Jatinegara station. So those are the stations that you need to use whenever you want to go to some other cities in Indonesia. So by the way, if you want to go to some other cities in Indonesia like Bandung, Surabaya, so you may download this application. You have the ticket, the Mr. Aladdin, and of course earlier you have the K-Axis. You can still book your train in the K-Axis, but for the K-Axis, I usually book my airport train there. But for my intercity trains, I book it in the ticket. This Mr. Aladdin, it's hard for me because this is in Bahasa, so I better book my train ticket in ticket application. So click that one. You have here the flight, hotel, and the train. So you can book flights here, you can book hotel, you can book trains. You just select there. Say for example you want to go to Bandung, so you will start from Jakarta, but you need to select Gambir, or you just select all stations in Jakarta. As I said earlier, Gambir is more accessible train stations for intercity trains in Jakarta. So I will just click Gambir, then you write Bandung. So Bandung BD. Say for example your train ride is April 22, and search. So since of the situation now, if I search this one, there's no available train trips. Yeah, no trains available because of the current situation in Indonesia at this time. So trains are all cancelled because of COVID-19. So this is how to search. Then follow some instructions. You just put your name details and your passport number or ID number, and that's it. You can book train tickets in ticket.com, or you may use your laptop. You just type ticket, tiket.com. So I hope you learned something from this video, especially on the transportations that you need to consider to visit Indonesia, specifically in Jakarta. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Click the bell button for notification. If you have comments, suggestions, or recommendations, you may write them in the comment section below. So see you in my next video. Bye bye.